Alright, so I want to give you guys an actual review of all of my builds here from DIY watches. This one being my latest build, the Batman GMT. I just want to walk you guys through the quality of the watch once you have it built. Because a lot of the videos, including my own, have only shown the builds, but we really haven't gotten down to the nitty-gritty of what these watches are all about in regards to their quality. So I want to do that today on this episode. So let's start off with the Batman. You do get a ceramic insert, and the insert actually, just like the Coke, is luminescent with super luminova. Now, the difference between the Coke and the Batman is the bezel action. The bezel action on this Coke model is not as good as the Batman, and I'm going to have you guys take a listen. Very loose, kind of clunky. No backplay though, and it is unidirectional. Okay, but not that good, guys. Not that good. But when we take a look at the Batman, they improved it. Much more Seiko-like. It's spongy, but it's definitely, it feels better. More engaging. More backplay though. Definitely more backplay, but definitely a better quality bezel. Now when we take a look at the finishing on the watch, you do get brushing. You get this really large chamfered edge there that really tapers down. Look at how that watch tapers down. It reminds me a bit of the Bull of a Curve, the way it just really just hugs that wrist. Nice job on the brushing as well. And there's your Seiko-esque bezel. As compared again to the Coke, you do get that Seiko-esque bezel, but again, the action is just not as good. Now, you could also tell like the dials are different. You get the round indices versus the stick indices. But if you want a better bezel, definitely go with the Batman. But the finishing is on par. I mean, look at the finishing. I like how it goes down. You've got the huge chamfered polished edge. You've got the brushing here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And there's no question that they use great movements with the Seiko NH movements here. This one's the NH34A. Exhibition case back with every model that I've received, including the Pilot, which, by the way, the Pilot, I was able to get my logo engraved there. You can get that for an upcharge, but this one actually comes with the Miyota movement. Which is a very nicely, much more decorated movement than that Seiko movement, as you can see here. Again, good finishing with this Pilot watch. You get a nice chamfered edge, and just the finishing on these watches actually is, when I took a closer look, before this video, I'm like, they really do nice finishing on these watches. Get a bit of a polishing right there around that bezel. You take a closer look at watches, especially when you do reviews. I was just wearing these and just like, just another watch. But when I was about to do this review, I'm like, taking a closer look, doing these B-roll shots, I'm like, they really took some really good care when it came to finishing these watches. We take a look at the diver version here. This is the first watch that I built. Again, we have a luminescent bezel. This one actually has that brushed ionized type bezel here. I do like this bezel a lot. I think they did a nice job with this one. This one definitely feels like that Seiko. It sounds like that Seiko-esque bezel. And you get this really interesting pattern here, this diamond patterned. But you get good grip. But again, really good finishing. Now, this is not the strap that it came on. This is actually, I believe, it's a Ritchie strap. Very comfortable, very pliable. I think it looks good on this one. These watches come with this like parachute type strap, and as you can see, I have worn it because it's a little bit dirty there. Sorry about that, but very stretchy, very comfortable. But I do prefer it on something else. But this is the strap that it does come on, so I just wanted to show you that. But very good lume for all these watches. I mean, they really do lume very, very nicely. The one gripe that I do have with these watches is just the logo. I'm okay with the D, but when you're putting, if I can just kind of get the second hand out of the way for a second. There we go. It is a hacking movement, by the way. I just wouldn't put the whole DWC thing. Like I would maybe just do something else with the logo to make it a little bit more exciting. Maybe even put an applied logo there or something. But the whole DW thing and putting that, you know, that whole serial number there just gives it that DIY feel, right? You know, especially here. This one is really, when they put the reference on there, I think that's even worse than just putting it just like that. But I would just like to see a logo, period. But that's not a unique gripe. That's something I've heard quite a few people have had a gripe about. So just want to bring that up once again as something that is a big deal to people. You know, ask Christopher Ward about their logo when they put it at the 9 o'clock position. It's a big deal. Ask Long Island Watches when they do their logo at the 12 o'clock, and it's just essentially a watch face and a single hand. So just want to give you guys a heads up on that. But you know, just some other details about this watch. Like they do a sign crown for every one of their models. Okay. They do have different style crowns. This one here is more of a cogwheel. This is a coin edge. I believe you're getting coin edge, yeah, with the other ones. But the Pilot watch is definitely a nice looking watch. This one really reminds me of an IWC. And, you know, if you guys want to take a look at the builds of any of these watches, I have the builds. I'm flashing cards up above so you guys could see those. Again, lume on this is very, very good. And this is the strap that it comes on. It's got a very nice leather strap. This one definitely is more generic than the typical straps that these come on. But there's nothing really that special about this one except for the fact that it has DIY on it. And it's a quick change. But, you know, it's nice. It's got a really nice buckle. But I think the leather itself is, you know, a $20 quality leather. Nothing to write home about, but you're definitely paying for the experience though, for sure. But you know, these are attractive watches, very good finishing, and I have to say, like, you know, even like this bracelet, for instance, they did a really nice job with. My biggest complaint though, they didn't do a milled bracelet here. They spent a lot of time doing this screw, because it's a one-way screw. Very easy to size. Beautiful job again on the brushing. Fits very well on the case, right? They did a lot of work here regarding making a very quality bracelet that feels good on the wrist. Solid end links. But they missed out on capitalizing and making this an almost perfect bracelet, okay? Now I have to admit, this is probably one of the more or the better stamp clasp that I've ever seen, because it actually, at least they brush this, and it is thicker, you know. But again, a true milled clasp would definitely have been better with this. So, but yeah, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you can get sapphire, you get mineral, depending on how much you want to pay for these. But I think they do a pretty nice job. They don't. You know, I think of some of the dress watches though, you can get more of the sunburst. You know, these dials are just kind of plain Jane. I mean, nothing really to write home about. I mean, they're pretty flat, including like all of them. Like really, You know, I've got really just kind of the, you know, the flat black dials. But the highlights are definitely the lume, the luminescent bezels, the movements, the finishing, and the experience. So there you go, guys. Just wanted to give you guys a really quick review of these watches that I've built and show them to you from as if you were to purchase these off the shelf. So and also with this one here, this is an FKM rubber, by the way, and you do get the DIY. They put a D here, but very quality, and again, that quick change system. So there you go, guys. That's my 2 cents. I'll see you guys next time on AvgJoeWatchReviews. God bless, my friends.